Hello, friends, and welcome to another amazing, spine-tingling, and maybe slightly cringy episode of Deus Ex with everyone's favorite cyborg, JC motherfucking Denton. Now, if you remember the last episode, I shot some fat lady, did some stuff, and now we're going to check out this MJ12, I guess, secret headquarters or some shit in this chick's house. We're just going to get the dragon sword out of here. That in and of itself is enough. And finally, I get to upgrade my rifles to master. And I don't get to use it in this episode, but it's amazing. It's like the difference is fucking night and day between master rifles
Greetings,
and
JC Denton.
not.
I have been observing you through this fascinating device in your skull. You have found the proof we needed. The dragon's tooth sword. There, inside the glass case. If you wish to be my ally, you will retrieve the sword and await my instructions.
So that guy is Tracer Tom. We heard about him quite a bit, and now we got to hear from him. So we're going to hack into the computer, or I don't even think I hack it because I don't know how to do that shit. We're just going to put the password in, and that's going to open up the case that the sword is in. This sword is fucking huge, and I literally had to jostle around my inventory for like 5 minutes just to get this thing in there. But it's awesome looking. Even today, it's a cool looking sword. I think I pull it out for a little bit just so we can see it. And it makes me wish I did a low-tech dude, but...
Good. Now take the sword to Max Chin at the Lucky Money Club. If you can make peace among the triads, then perhaps I can help you in your difficulties.
Yeah, so he's just telling us what we gotta do. And this is where I start screwing around with my inventory. And as you can see, it was quite a time. And there's that big-ass sword. Now, hopefully I remember to pull it out so we can see it. That's some terrible phrasing on my part, though. And I guess I didn't. In the next episode, I think I'm just going to have to, pick it up for a moment and swing it around a little bit just so we can see what it looks like. That was my bad. Sorry about that, guys. So, there were a bunch of MJ12 soldiers in there. I could have killed them, but there's not really a whole lot of benefit in me doing that right now. In fact, I did shoot one guy in the head and he died, and 4 other guys came out, and I was just like, I might as well just walk past him. So we're going to go check out our next target, which is the head of the Red Arrow. Maybe I shouldn't say target. We just have to talk to him. We're not actually going to kill him. For once. Now, I thought the Lucky Money was a casino. I was like, oh, well, Lucky Money, it must be a casino. It's not. It's literally a nightclub. So, that was kind of funny. In fact, this is what I was talking about when we get to Cringe. And it's gonna start right here, right now. It's so freaking funny.
Leather boots. For you, 25 credits admission.
Yeah, there's JC
Here you go.
Perfect. I order you to stand in the spotlight and growl at the women like a dog who needs a master.
What? Who says things like that, ever? And then we're gonna talk to these ladies.
Where you from?
The States.
We're from Australia.
On vacation?
Let's just wait for Russ.
He's kinda cute. What's your name?
JC. Is this a good club?
Oh, totally. And it's a Red Arrow place? They get everything real cheap. Look, can we ask a big favor?
Sure.
My friend and I. It's so silly. We left our credit cards at the hotel. Think you could get us in?
How much do you need?
Only 20 each. We get in for 20.
Sure.
Right. You like to dance then? Let's go.
You're so bad.
Yeah, that's kind of like, I don't know if you guys can see that. They have like these weird sores on their arms. I don't know. Maybe they have gray death or something like that. Of course, JC is a sucker for the ladies, as we're going to see in this next
Hello.
part here.
A dance partner for you? 100 credits.
Where can I find Max Chen?
Check at the bar, kid. Please.
Yeah, so
choose
I did this
100
just to see what
credits.
would happen.
Sure.
Less
good
funny than I
time.
thought it would be.
What is your name?
I like to dance.
What is your job? Another satisfied customer.
No, I'm not satisfied. That's the
I
problem.
feel silly. You look good. Move your hips a little more. There you go. Like this? That's better.
This is just terrible. Like, what? What am I looking at? And if you saw the
Wanna get
screen
something to eat
shaking,
after this?
that was me
Maybe some
like
tea.
holding the
But I
nails
wanna
and
go
laughing
home.
while
Take a
watching
bath.
that shit.
Where do
Like,
you live?
You will never be lonely at the Lucky Money.
you gotta love this kid.
Oh, sure. I don't mind needles.
Yeah, he looks like he doesn't mind needles.
Have another drink?
Don't mind if I do.
As you were saying,
Well, women back home, they aren't like your daughter. I do very much wish to meet her.
you are very handsome. You must have many girlfriends in your country.
Oh, come on. Nah.
These conversations are always amusing.
Wine is 120.
Can I ask you something?
What do you want to know?
Despite all I've read about the triads, I wasn't prepared to see them operating in the open, on the streets, and wearing uniforms. Doesn't the Chinese government care?
Chinese leave Hong Kong alone. Barricade the roads to control trade from mainland, but they know how business is done.
I would think the secret smuggling operations of the triads would disturb the Chinese government.
Maybe the luminous path. But China knows that the red arrow of business owners, entrepreneurs, community leaders, and that they protect the city from outside influences.
You said outside influences. What does China fear?
China is the last sovereign country in the world. Authoritarian but willing, unlike UN-governed countries, to give its people the freedom to do what they want.
As long as they don't break the law.
Listen to me. This is real freedom. Freedom to own property, make a profit, make your life. The West, so afraid of strong government, now has no government, only financial power.
Our governments have limited power by design.
Rhetoric? You believe it? Don't you know where these slogans come from?
I give up.
Well-paid researchers. How do you say it? Think tanks? Funded by big businesses. What is that? A think tank?
Hardly as sinister as a dictator, like China's premier.
Privately funded propaganda. The Trilateral Commission in the United States, for instance.
Yeah, so this is a pretty deep conversation here. There's a lot of that in
Separation of
this
powers
episode.
acknowledges the petty ambitions of individuals. That's its strength.
A system organised around the weakest qualities of individuals will produce the same qualities in its leaders.
Perhaps certain qualities are an inseparable part of human nature.
The mark of the educated man is the suppression of these qualities in favour of better ones. The same is true of civilization.
Yeah, so I'm just like, just tell me where
Looking
Max
for
Chen
Chen.
is.
Is that so? What is it about?
I need to find Tracer Tong.
Are you crazy? Don't even say that name in here.
I'll get a drink later.
You see, my class.
So now we have to
US
go find Max Chen, and that took a little doing, but I did eventually locate him, and it was like good like 5-10 minutes of me wandering around. and he was right behind the friggin' bar. Like, I was like, really? Like, I look everywhere and like he's behind the bar. Like, not behind this part of the bar, obviously, but
Beer is 15.
the
Wine is
door
120.
that leads to his office is behind
drink
this
later.
dude. I'm just like, oh, wow. Of course, that chick's still following
What
us.
is your name?
I should have just kept the 100 credits. Although, she's good for a laugh later on, so maybe it was worth it. Yeah, so here's where we want to be. And there's like not a whole lot in here, but there's an office behind the mirrors. So I guess that's something, right? With more of these Red Arrow dudes who are all, I guess, apparently clones or something.
Excuse me, sir. This room is off limits to club patrons. I suggest you leave.
It's okay. I'm here to see Max Chen. He'll expect me.
An American. I hope he likes what you have to say.
I guess. I have a big ass sword. You guys seem to like big ass
Isaac is
swords,
letting
right?
anybody back here these days.
There's one right there on the table. So I just kind of poked around in here to see maybe if I could find something. Not so much.
Merchants are being stubborn. We need to organize.
And I was just like I said, there's so much lore in this
And
game.
I
It's
gave him no
freaking
gratitude.
insane.
Never fails.
And I'm just like, oh, I guess I'm not gonna mess with it. Like I said, these episodes would be hours and hours long if I read all the books and all that. It is interesting stuff, and if you play it, you
Max
should
Chen,
check
right?
it out.
You're the boss here?
Dragonhead, who are you?
I have found something in Miss Chow's apartment that might interest you.
Is that so?
The sword was never destroyed. It was stolen, and she is the one who stole it.
Preposterous.
I have it right here.
But Miss Chow?
She works for a group called Majestic 12. She's using you and the Red Arrow for her own ends.
No, you must be mistaken.
Think about it. She murders your predecessor, hides the sword, pushes the Red Arrow into the war with the Luminous Path, and then, what next? The Triads are weakened and an outside group seizes power. Sound far-fetched?
Oh, there must be an explanation.
Perhaps you should meet with the leaders of the Luminous Path.
Perhaps. For now, take down this message. I will stop hostilities until I have completed an investigation. My men tell me that Gordon Quick still stands outside the Luminous Path compound near Wan Chai Market.
Boss,
What is it?
Marty out the door's over having trouble. Soldiers coming in. She said there was some kind of mech.
MJ-12 troops. They must have followed me.
These things are fucking nightmare fuel. I actually didn't fight them because, like, I just want you guys to be able to see these things. Like, I don't... Like, it's crazy, crazy stuff. Like, it's one of the reasons why this game's so cool. Like these are, like, frickin' weird. Like, there we go. Yeah, see that thing? Like, that's like a cybernetic human. I'm just like, that's the creepiest fucking thing I've seen in a video game in a while. And I just played Silent Hill. So yeah, I just kind of let it shoot at me and like, And the Triad takes it down with a rocket, which is friggin' great. And unfortunately, I guess that, like, nasty chick who we gave the credits to died.
I cannot. I am not allowed.
Like I said, she's good for a laugh. And I think she's from earlier, too. So they were all panicked, running around like people do in this game. I guess Mama-san lived. And so we're going to get to see Tracer now. Finally.
My brother's name is Paul Denton. I heard that he was a frequent visitor to this compound. You know him?
The Luminous Path is closed to Guilos.
Paul is no friend of the West.
My name is Gordon Quick. I know your brother, but you are not him. They say you are loyal to Unatco.
I was, before Paul showed up in New York. A day later, I was helping the NSF.
You want me to take your word? You are in Hong Kong now, and we are businessmen. Paul earned our trust by working with us.
I don't have time for games.
No games. We would like another ally like Paul. The Triads are at war, thanks to a woman named Maggie Chow. A sword was stolen from the Red Arrow Triad, and Miss Chow started the war by blaming us, the Luminous Path.
She's the one responsible for the missing sword. She works for Majestic 12.
Majestic 12?
A group of conspirators who want to take control of Hong Kong.
You have proof?
Yes, I found the sword in her apartment.
Good. Inform the Red Arrow Dragonhead. Then we will see who is the real traitor.
I've already been to the Lucky Money. Max Chen has declared a truce between the Red Arrow and the Luminous Path.
A truce? Are you certain?
Majestic 12 attacked the club. I think he would consider forming an alliance.
Mr. Denton, you are the man I hoped you were. Tracer Tong is inside, in his laboratory below the compound. The door is in our sparring room. He will know what to do next. To enter our compound, use the code 1997.
So, this episode is really easy for me because there's so much dialogue in it. Yeah, so we're finally here, as I was saying. And I'm going to have to level up some skills because he's just racking up the fucking skill points. I think we got like 4 or 5 new skills in this episode alone. So I guess there's stuff to see in here, but you know, I really just kind of want to get to this point in the game. So I just went straight for Tracer Tom. And apparently had trouble getting into that door. I guess JC doesn't know like how to step up onto a ledge or raised platform.
You must be JC. Tom will see you now.
You know, a $1 billion cyborg shouldn't be able to do something like that, right? And there's Tracer.
Mr. Tong, you know my brother Paul Denton.
Yes, a reliable man. So your kill switch has been activated.
I feel fine, but it's been over 16 hours.
See how easily our technologies turn on us? The more power you think you have, the more quickly it slips from your hands.
Can you do something about it?
That will depend. You, like your brother, are an extraordinary piece of technology. I never pass up the chance to try a new blade, but I fear at the crucial moment I may lift up my arm to strike and you will twist free of my grasp.
In other words, I'll owe you a favor.
Indeed, as will your friend Mr. Jacobson, a man of much useful knowledge. He arrived in Hong Kong shortly after you did. I was forced to keep him in custody until I could verify his identity and his loyalties.
I assume he checked out.
I believe he is sincere. Now, go down the stairs to the operating platform, and I will examine your systems.
Now, it's interesting that he mentioned Alex Jacobson, who I usually refer to as Otakon. He's also dressed in like a very similar type of getup. Like, I don't know if that's like technician garb of the mid-21st century or something, but it's rather interesting. So we're finally going to get JC patched up so that he's not going to explode and die, or whatever happens to nanotech secret agents when their kill switch goes off.
Stay right there.
And this is less exciting than I remember it being. Oh, there we go. He gets electrocuted a little bit. And that fixes everything. I think Tracer is just trolling him.
Success. Come back to the control room.
Yeah, so now we don't have to worry about JC suddenly up and dying, which is always a good thing, I guess. There's also some goodies in here. I have a really full inventory, so I couldn't really pick any of this shit up, so I was like, oh, some shotgun shells are always good though. In fact, I really would like to try the Sabat shells. Is that how you say it? Or Sabot? Like sabotage? Oh, well, there's the sword. So I did use it. You see, that thing's fucking awesome. It's so cool. But, yeah. So, this is about the end of the episode here. We're going to talk to Tracer one more.
That's it.
A simple switch, as they call it.
Have you heard from Paul?
On his way, according to smuggler in New York. He will be fine. Meanwhile, we still face the likelihood of a triad war here in Hong Kong.
Quick and Chen declared a truce just a few minutes ago.
A good bit of diplomacy, I admit, but it won't hold. Not with the sword left to be fought over.
I think they'll be slow to anger with Maggie Chow out of the picture.
No. In their system, the sword is a doomsday weapon, a temptation. We must recover the Raman coding from VersaLife and make it available to both triads.
So that's all you expect in the way of a favor? A little corporate espionage?
The first of many favors. Remember, I saved your life. Now pay attention. The VersaLife elevator north of the market will require an employee number. Try 06288. Once inside, find Mr. Hundley, the shift supervisor. He can be persuaded to give you access to the labs.
Hundley.
You will find him receptive. He is the corrupt official who sold the Red Arrow the technology to begin with.
I'll find the Raman coding, but I'm not your henchman. I'll help you as long as we have a mutual interest.
If you choose to fight Majestic 12, you will need an ally. We will have a mutual interest for some time. In fact, I took the liberty of setting up a computer account for you. Login JC Denton. Password Sanctuary. Feel free to use the machine in my office.
Yeah, so there we go. And I ended up ditching the sword. I kind of felt bad about it. I was like, I would love to keep it, but that thing takes up 4 frickin' slots in my inventory. So, that was it for the episode. One thing that I find is really interesting here is the fact that when JC talked to Tracer after the switch was deactivated, Tracer's like, well, a simple switch, as you say. So, I kind of get the feeling that he merely turned the switch off, and that the kill switch is still something that is active within JC, where it still exists within him. So, that's pretty interesting. Maybe that's something that might come into play later on in the game, I don't know, or maybe later in the series, but that is something to think about, that maybe it wasn't totally removed. Of course, maybe it was. I'm not sure. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm going to do some more Deus Ex in the very near future. It's really starting to get interesting now. I know there was a lot of dialogue and stuff in this episode, but, that's kind of the type of game it is. Hopefully we're going to see some more action in the next episode. So, until next time, good luck and happy gaming.